Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Haa-Haa-Land. It's your game week 6 review. European football returned this week, and just like the first week of European football, there were some huge scores in the Family Fantasy Football League this week. 8 managers achieved personal highest weekly totals for the season. In fact, one of those 8 managers set a new highest weekly total. 6 managers went into the transfer market this week, which is a record tied with game week 4. And we saw some more tactical gambits being played and some rare ones. One manager spent £2 million on a Tommy Turncoat tactical gambit, which allowed them to change their nominated club. That can only be done by playing a Tommy Turncoat tactical gambit. And one manager didn't make a transfer, but they did spend £2 million on a Mutiny on the Bounty tactical gambit. That allowed them to change their captain without having to transfer their current captain out. In this week's Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 6 winners and losers. 4 winners all picking up a manager of the season point, and 4 losers all losing a manager of the season point. We've got your FFFL Cup preview. It's the match day 2 of the group stage of the FFFL Cup this weekend, because it's the first full Premier League fixture weekend in October. We've got a player review and a manager of the season update. It was worth 5 manager of the season points, 6 if you got the bonus body part correct. Did anyone get it? We will see. So without further ado, your game week 6 winners. Take a bow, Legends 23. Slow start to the season, but the transfers are really kicking in now. Keith Simons climbs 2 places to 15th, which is a season high for Keith. Take a bow also, the big Boss de Coglis messaged me this week to say he's going to be top by Christmas. Love that kind of confidence. Niall rose 1 place to 3rd this week. You have to go back to the 8th of September 2023, over 2 years ago, for the last time Niall was as high as 3rd in the table. Take a bow also, Edie's 11 Ryan Perrin. He is having a great season. The biggest climbers in game week 6 leapt 4 places up to 9th. Ryan has not been as high as 9th since the 13th of December 2018, almost 7 years ago. What a season. But he's back, the biggest game week 6 winner. The defending champion Greece Lightning climbed 3 places to 5th, becoming the first manager this season to pick up a second weekly win. And he set a new highest weekly total of 89 points. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. Your game week 6 losers, hang your head in shame. Di Maloney, no happy endings, fell 2 places down to 12th. That's the lowest Di's been since game week 1. Gobi Desert Canoe Club manager Pops Hoxby fell a place to 16th. That's a season low for Pops Hoxby. The Creed Bratton Society dropped 1 place to 4th. Jordan has not been as low as 4th since the 15th of November last year. And the biggest game week 6 loser, Clockhouse Rangers manager George Moody. The biggest fallers in game week 6 fell a massive 5 places down to 10th after registering the lowest score in game week 6 with just 26 points. Though they are all losing 1 manager of the season point. Now, as I said, it's the match day 2 in the group stage of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup. Here are my predictions. In Group 1, Chairman's Choice go up against the in-form Edie's 11. I'm predicting a win for Edie's 11, as much as it pains me to say it. And top of Group 1 clash, 2nd place Masters of None taking on 1st place the Creed Bratton Society. Despite his poor week last week, well, poor by his standards, I think the Creed Bratton Society will be winning that one to cement their place at the top of Group 1. In Group 2, bottom of the league table, Anders FC kick off their FFFL Cup campaign against Benny United. This is going to be an easy win for Benny United as they cement their place at the top of Group 2. And Greece Lightning, who surprisingly lost their opening group game, they're coming up against Error 404, and Greece Lightning going into this game in form. Although, in fairness, so at Error 404, they got a personal highest weekly total last week. But I think this is going to be a win for Greece Lightning as Benny United and Greece Lightning take a stranglehold on Group 2. Group 3 sees the Inform Legends 23 coming up against the Musketeers. This is going to be close, but I'm predicting the Musketeers just to edge this one. And Ostrich Bar Stewards are going up against the Willow Tree Winners. Willow Tree Winners may be bottom of the group and second from bottom in the league table, but I think they are going to win this one. And in Group 4, we've got Norfolk and Chance FC against Dimmy's Dynamos. Dimmy's Dynamos in form, lost their opening group game, but I think they're going to win this one easily. And in form, the big Bostocoglis playing Clockhouse Rangers, who are currently bottom of Group 5. This is going to be an easy win for the big Bostocoglis. I'm predicting they will go top of Group 4, leaving Clockhouse Rangers stranded at the bottom. They're my predictions. Play along at home, see how you get on. Player review. These are the top goalkeepers in the competition. One manager's got Dean Henderson, who's at the moment in place to become the highest scoring goalkeeper of the season. Obviously, there is a tremendously long way to go. There are still some bargains out there. Nick Pope is available for transfer. I say available for transfer, just to be clear. If you use £5 million to buy an Oi's Mine tactical gambit, then any player is available. But you can get Nick Pope without having to spend £5 million on an Oi's Mine tactical gambit, and at £6 million, that's a bit of a bargain for a goalkeeper. Newcastle in the Champions League. Sunderland's Royce is having a fantastic season. He is not cheap. I bet a lot of people thought 11 million. What's that all about, Jeff? But he is proving the valuation right. The 6th highest scoring goalkeeper in the competition so far. Petrovic, another one having a great season at Bournemouth, but again is not cheap. But an interesting one, Bizza of Aston Villa, only £1 million. The 10th highest scoring goalkeeper in the competition. So there is still a couple of bargains to be had in the goalkeeper department. Defenders wise, well, it's still dominated by Crystal Palace. Mark Gahey, the highest scoring defender, is now gone, but Muniz and Lacroix, not cheap, but are available. Cucurella of Chelsea is available, although at £14 million, that's top end. And Timber of Arsenal, not cheap at £12 million. It's becoming difficult to pick out defenders that are budget buys. Certainly, if you're looking for the defenders scoring at the higher end of the table, you could get Van der Ven in for £5 million. That's a bit of a bargain. You would have to spend £5 million on an Oi's Mine tactical gambit because he already belongs to 3 sides. Top midfielders. Fernandez is the highest scoring midfielder by some distance. 2 managers have got him. Rinders is still available, but at a premium £18 million. But the value there, Doku, only £6 million. Man City in the Champions League. And he's the 8th highest scoring midfielder in the competition. So there's not many bargains in terms of the midfielders, but there is still one glaring one, should anyone want to take a punt on Doku. And as far as top strikers, well, Erling Haaland has hit top form now. 20 points in game week 6. So if you had him as captain, that's 40 points you earn just from Haaland. 9 managers have got him, and a couple have made him the captain this week. Mateta is available, again, not cheap, 20 million. Gokeres of Arsenal is having a good season, but not cheap at 25 million. Ekitike of Liverpool, good season, not cheap at 25 million. And Watkins is still available, but not cheap, 24 million. It's becoming really difficult to get strikers, as it should be. You could, if you wanted to go Oi's Mine, Thiago, only 2 million is a bargain. And Anthony of Burnley at only 1 million is a bargain. But to get them, you would have to spend £5 million on an Oise Mine tactical gambit. Who the fuck is that? Well, I know it's only been a few days since the last banter in the box because of my hollybobs, but nobody had a guess this week. So the manager of the season table looks like this, the top half anyway. Ryan Perrin goes joint 20th with Alexi Lagos for being game week 6 winners. Jordan Williams and Pops Hoxby drop to joint 8th for being game week 6 losers. I think I said Alexi Lagos and Ryan Perrin go joint 20th. I meant they go joint 8th on 20 points. Niall Ponsford goes joint 3rd for being a game week 6 winner, but it is still Sarah Goodwin 4 points clear at the top of the table, hoping to win a record 3rd manager of the season trophy. Niall Ponsford, interestingly, used £2 million of his £10 million in free tactical gambits. He got that because he finished second in last season's manager of the season table, and he's utilising it to his advantage this season. That's why we have a manager of the season competition, so get involved. So we're rolling it over. It's going to be worth 6 manager of the season points if you can tell me which current family fantasy football league manager is pictured there. And if you get the body part correctly, you'll earn a bonus point. So 7 possible manager of the season points to be earned. That is your game week 6 review. I'll be back next week for the game week 7 review, where we will also be reviewing the results of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup match day 2. But until then, everyone, take care. Goodbye.